Are the Vikings ready to take on the champions? Do you believe the mindset of creating turnovers creates turnovers?
100%.
He is our Philly fan.
My warning to the people at US Bank Stadium, don't you dare take our rocket.
Remembering the Vikings' first cheerleaders. The man in the middle of the Gopher defense.
Coming out of high school, I wasn't the most highly recruited player.
The man he has to stop tomorrow is a Minnesotan.
You guys see what I'm doing on the field, but there's a lot that plays a role into that.
And the man tearing up the MIAC is named Mans. Kickoff countdown starts now. Oh yeah, big show. Vikings back home to take on the Wounded World Champs. Here we go. Philadelphia coming to town, having lost their last two. The Vikings coming off a bye week. Carson Wentz, of course, started his career in Philly. A promising career cut short by injury. He still has high regard and understands what needs to be done.
That's what I thought, and just reflecting over the bye week of just there's some smaller things, like even though we won a couple games, there's some smaller things that could have went differently that I could have done. And so some of those small things I think you can just lock in on a little bit more, and it can flip the script in a big way. So
what's it mean to be a Philadelphia Eagle fan? We have one that lives amongst us. Man, does he. WCCO reporter Jonah Kaplan grew up in Philly with a love affair with all the teams, including his beloved Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds.
Jonah, what's it mean to be an Eagle fan that we don't understand?
Actually, I think Minnesotans do understand that we're irrationally loyal.
You guys say Skull?
Yeah.
Foles, for Nick Foles.
We grew up with all kinds of letdowns, okay? Allen Iverson never won, Donovan McNabb could never win the big game. And we also have this inferiority complex, right?
Philly does?
Philadelphia's
You're so busy telling us how good you are. I never thought there was an inferiority complex.
We have to make
how
up,
you disguise it?
We have to make up for the fact that we feel inferior because Philly will never be New York.
Check out the wings.
What does it
Fly,
feel like
Eagles,
to
fly.
cheer for a team that wins the Super Bowl?
I'm still not sure I know, because even though it still happened, you still can't really process it. My warning to the people at US Bank Stadium, don't you dare take our Rocky theme.
You can't play that music? Can't play that music? And they came here to Minnesota and they won.
Yeah.
What were the impressions of Philadelphia and Eagle fans of Minneapolis? Do you recall?
I think it was more of, you know what, no one's going to stand in our way. We're going to take over this town, whether they like it or not. Now, Minnesota's hallowed ground. This is the site of the Philly special, Philly, Philly, in Minneapolis. I've got my Super Bowl championship hat. This was added to the wardrobe last year. This I bought several years ago, and we got it right here. And check out the wings. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Don't you feel silly in that?
Not at all. Too much pride.
Let's go Birds.
He's done this before. That'll make you a Vikings fan. The Packers go to Arizona, still looking to click to an extent at least, coming off an easy win against Cincinnati. That will be a recurring theme in the league this year. The Packers were balanced. Now they want to take it up a notch against a pretty good Cardinal defense.
Now we got a great test this week. I think, like we mentioned, this defense, they do a lot of things that are going to test you in regards to showing you one thing, playing another, and having complementary looks.
Bet you did not know the tradition of Viking cheerleaders goes back almost as long as the team itself. Marielle Mose talks with some of the original Parkettes about their experience.
Is that you?
That is me.
Oh, yeah, so cute.
Sifting through the treasures from a treasured time, Liz Track and Cindy Lubette Calland still hold on to some of their favorite pictures and costumes from their time as Parkettes.
We loved sequins, we loved color, we loved fringe.
Fishnets.
Fishnet, oh, my fishnet stockings, I forgot to bring those. I still have them.
The Parkettes were the dance team for St. Louis Park High School from the 1950s through 80s. And in 1964, they were hired to cheerlead for the Vikings games at the Met.
I think the Parkettes were known for being very professional. We'd be hired by people around the state to perform.
Cindy was part of that original squad.
Looking at the whole Met Stadium outside in the open, the stands were filled. It was very exciting.
Liz joined the Parkettes in her junior year in the mid-70s. Despite dancing in different eras, there's a lasting bond that these moments with the Vikings created.
It really was something that, I want to say amazing, but it's more than amazing, because the sisterhood is still to this day. And we're talking 50 years ago.
The Vikings cheerleaders today have not forgotten their roots. They still bring back Parkett alumni to perform with the team on game day.
They're so good. It's exciting.
They do their job really well, and their athleticism entertains us as fans, keeps us engaged.
In St. Louis Park.
We were very, very lucky to do all we did.
Marielle Mose, WCCO Sports.
The Gopher football team gets a rare Friday night kickoff tomorrow night against Nebraska. The Gopher offensive line, they have not been able to run the ball behind it, and that's been a problem. Drew Lindsay has done enough despite pressure to get them to 4-2, but he needs some help.
I've done a good job being comfortable out there and trusting what I'm seeing and making decisive decisions. I think I can get a lot better in the run game, helping the O-line out, getting us going to the right guys.
The Gophers will be trying to stop a Minnesotan. Holy Angels High School grad Emma Johnson is one of the best running backs in the Big Ten, and that is just part of an amazing story. Emma Johnson put his name on the football radar at Holy Angels High School.
Watch him press the hole right here.
And now he's on the college radar. He is one of the most productive backs in the Big Ten in 2025. And the only Big Ten offer he had coming out of high school was Nebraska.
Once they gave me the opportunity, that's all I really needed. My family loved it up here. They knew it wasn't really super far from home. It wasn't really a big issue, but I just kind of fell in love with this place and knew that's the only opportunity I had. And I just took it and went with it.
And this fall, his heart is close to a feeder school for his Holy Angels High School, Annunciation, the site of the shootings.
It was right by my high school back home, so I just want you guys to pray for them. And I had it written on my wrist during the game, so please pray for Minneapolis if you guys got some time.
It was just little things, just using a couple words on an interview, but just not knowing what that impact can do on a lot of young people's lives.
Johnson's family is not a typical football family. His mother and father grew up in war-torn Liberia.
It was horrible. It was terrible. It was devastating. It was bad. And then my mother had come to the United States maybe in the early 70s, so she was able to bring me over.
Not understanding American football, they did allow Emmett and his siblings to participate in what they wanted. More importantly, they provided a foundation.
I would just say my whole family and household are just extremely humble people and blessed people. We're big believers in God. Our faith has been something that I've been going to church every single Sunday since I was a little kid. I grew up in the church.
And he will walk into Huntington Bank Stadium a captain for the team that took a chance on him. And it all paid off. You'll play the Gophers, your home state team, and you will be a captain for Nebraska. What does that mean to walk into Huntington Bank Stadium, a captain of the Nebraska football team, to play the Gophers?
Just being able to come home, man, where I'm born and raised in the city, having my friends and family that don't really get the chance to come watch me play out here in Nebraska, come watch. It's going to be extremely fun, man. And most importantly, man, I'm trying to go out there and get the win.
For sure. Gopher middle linebacker Maverick Baranowski will be tasked with tackling Johnson. He didn't get a lot of recruiting play like Johnson. When he got to Minnesota, he was, shall we say, hooked.
I think he saw my heart and my grit, because I wasn't the biggest player, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the fastest, and I didn't have the stars. I was a 0-star recruit.
And now he is the man in the middle of it, playing the game with grit, the only way he knows how. Toughness or a high football IQ, which one's more important to play middle linebacker?
Toughness.
Toughness?
Yeah, you can teach high football IQ, you can't teach toughness.
He grew up in Florida, but when he arrived in Minnesota, he fell in love with another Minnesota tradition. Fishing in freshwater lakes. He and a roommate take teammates twice a week during the summer to different area holes, and that leads to a story about his first muskie.
My first time fishing in Minnesota, I was with my old roommate, and he caught a muskie, and he was from Minnesota. And he's reeling it in. I'm like, what is that? I had no idea. And he's freaking out. So I jump in the water to go help him get it out, because we were on a shallow bank. And I go to lip it, and he starts screaming at me. And he thought I was going to lose the fish and lose my hand. And so I grab the fish, and I just chuck it on the bank. He's like, dude, look at those teeth. And I had no idea.
You don't lip a muskie.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was just like
it's the closest thing we got to a shark that you're familiar with.
Yes.
Tomorrow he will help try to land a win, and he's fond of a night game on campus. A night game. You guys have some night games this year. What is that like, that atmosphere at night?
Yeah, it's super exciting, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Getting some crowd noise, getting the fans pumped up on third down, big plays. you know, it's super exciting.
Not bad for a kid who just wanted a chance and got one from the Gophers.
You know, Coach Fleck gave me an opportunity, and it was my biggest offer for football, and it was my dream to play Big Ten college football. And, you know, it was like a no-brainer for me. I was like, yep, I'm going there. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but now I love it.
Great story. T. Mans is the best back in the first-place team in the MIAC, and he's only in his first few weeks of college football. Oh, and he has the support of a certain member of the Minnesota Vikings. Ren Clayton explains.
There he comes, taking the field, Tay Mans, who's quickly become the man in the Bethel backfield.
Probably started you at the bottom of the depth chart, as we should when you're a freshman, right? And again, I think he just earned it.
Royals coach Mike McElroy has a lot of options at running back, but Mans, as just a true freshman, won the top job and has run with it. Through 5 games, he has 7 touchdowns and is averaging 112 yards a game.
I didn't think I was going to play that much my first year. Like, I knew I'd probably play a little bit, but I wasn't expecting this much.
How does it feel to have it happen so fast?
Oh, it feels amazing. All my friends and like family back home told me like, oh, you're good enough, you can play. It feels pretty good.
It's not just friends and family that are recognizing.
Baller, plain and simple. The man, he's a really good kid. Every time I've had interactions with him, he's been super respectful, humble kid.
That's right, Vikings fullback C.J. Ham is along for the ride. Both are former star running backs at Duluth-Denfeld High School.
Super impressive. I'm not surprised by any means. The dude did it, at Denfeld, and then it was just a couple nights ago. I was thinking about him, and I was like, let me look up his stats, and I said this dude is truly balling.
Mans has been going to Ham's camps since middle school. When you're coming up playing that position from that place, you need not look far for inspiration. Ham went Division II before the NFL. Mans is D3.
He's a good guy. I like talking to him. I look up to him a little bit since he came from Denfeld, so just that he made it to the league off of Denfeld, so I feel like hopefully I can do the same.
Everything will work out the way that God has it planned for. Just go out there, have fun, enjoy college football. I mean, no matter what level you play at, it's an absolute blessing to play beyond high school.
Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
That's your kickoff countdown for the week. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow, rate, and share. Join us every Friday wherever you get your podcast to discover what's at stake on game day, from the Vikings to the Gophers and beyond. And make sure to watch the live kickoff countdown Thursday nights at 10:15 on WCCO.